This is a weird story. I can break it down for you. This guy is a driver for Instacart, and an order came in for a MacBook Pro. So this is a drive, like you need an emergency MacBook. You just need a MacBook Pro quickly. And so you can order to have one delivered immediately. And there's a tipping section on the, when you have an Instacart delivery, that you can leave a tip for your driver, for your delivery person. And this person who ordered the MacBook Pro left note, didn't leave a tip. And the driver was saying, how are you going to, he went on TikTok and left put a video complaining about no tip, saying, that's a MacBook Pro right there. What are you talking about? No tip.
Right.
So first of all, before we dive deeper into this, and don't scroll anymore, if there's a tip option on a MacBook Pro for a delivery person, are you tipping?
Well, when I order anything, I'm tipping. If there's a service being provided.
When I order anything, I'm tipping.
But there's also a price that matters too, right?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like a threshold?
Are you going to tip 15% on a MacBook Pro?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I'm not going to do that. No.
Is that what they're saying?
Well, like, when you order food,
you can do 15% on 20 bucks, no problem.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a totally different range.
Right.
But it's not a $3,000
laptop.
Laptop, yeah.
A $3,000 laptop, if you give a 20% tip?
No.
No. Anyway, so there's another twist to this story, which is that people said, hey, you can't be angry at the person having getting the delivery, because often when you go to those companies' websites and you order for same-day delivery, they use those type of services like Instacart or Uber or DoorDash even sometimes to deliver the laptop.
Product.
Yeah, they would outsource it. And then in those cases, it wouldn't be the actual client that even sees the option to tip. Instead, it would be the retailer who actually hired the service. So the person doesn't even know they didn't tip you.
Yeah.
And so anyway, before that whole thing, before that whole conversation even came up, people were saying you should take the MacBook, don't even deliver it. Screw that person for not tipping.
What?
Some of the commenters.
That's insane. Get fired from your job because one person.
I believe it's theft. It would be theft as well, right? So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Charged as well.
No.
I don't know if you've ever been in the comments on the internet.
But you're right.
I'm not sure they actually mean it literally. I think they're saying, tell them.
There's a lesson to be learned.
I don't get how they don't think that it's not a service to deliver packages. It should be looked at like eating at a restaurant. Tip. I'll take the MacBook as my tip. In that situation, Apple should pay the tip. Mo's angry. I don't even want to get in his way now.
No. I guess that last one is kind of like what you were saying, which is if the companies do the same day delivery.
Yeah.
So you won't even see the tip options. They'll just handle it. So maybe that's what they mean by Apple should cover the tip.
Or there just needs to be better communication in general as to how the whole thing works. If these companies are hiring delivery people who are accustomed to getting tips from the point that they deliver to, then they should be made aware that this is a different setup so that there's not any weirdness between the customer and the delivery person.
Right.
Like, I would want to know if I was getting something delivered same day via Apple. And by the way, I don't know if this is the case or not. I'm sure some drivers can weigh in that work for these delivery companies, but I would want to know as a person buying it that the option even exists.
Yeah.
That my driver is seeing it and might be pissed off or expecting something that I'm completely unaware of. I would want to know.
Right.
Will has something to say.
There's also the aspect of it's a laptop, right? Like, it's not food.
Yes.
So whoever the delivery person is, they have to actually take care of this product. It's not just something that is,
easily replaced.
Yeah, if they drop food by chance, like they trip or something, it's not a big deal. But if they drop a laptop, that's
but isn't it
like insurance?
Oh, right,
some kind of like
right. But then why don't you tip the UPS delivery guy?
That's true.
That's a very good point.
Like,
I don't tip the USB guy.
So no. Here's what I'm getting at here. It's like it is in the areas and it has more to do with the job itself and what that job entails and what those people get paid. So tips are kind of exist in areas where like you could even go certain places where minimum wage is different for people that are in service industries that do get tips because the tips are expected or they happen to be the social norm. And then in those cases, it can be a real issue if somebody doesn't. It's like an unwritten thing. Like you got to tip because it's part of the income, the expected income of that individual. People have all kinds of opinions on that in and of itself, but that's the way certain industries operate. And there's some places you go where tipping is like inherent. You got to be tipping. It's just part of the ecosystem of the place. You know what I'm saying?
Type of.
Like I mean, if you go to Vegas
bill.
or whatever, like you're tipping all over the place. And then other places I've been, particularly in Europe, where it's not as much of a thing. And I'm sure that people are going to be commenting that right now, depending where they're watching from. Like it's just not as significant a part of the culture. But then here, where it is a significant part of culture, it has really only been in a small subset of industries where tipping has been sort of the norm, right? There's like food would be the one that you're saying. Moving it around to other places is a little bit more unknown. It's no rules around it. It's unknown. When the food moved into the food delivery apps, it was obvious. It's like, okay, tipping goes there too.
Right. It's not much different than pizza delivery.
When it went into Uber getting a ride, it was like, oh yeah, that's in there too. Now, when my very first job I ever had, I was delivering newspapers.
Yeah, same.
Oh, okay. You did it too? Did you ever deliver newspapers?
I did it with a friend. Yeah.
Anyway,
Tag team.
I was doing, at the time, I think it was the Toronto Sun, which was a subscription newspaper.
All right.
And the way that you got paid was by collecting funds on behalf of the actual, you would go and ask people for money directly.
Oh, you were also
The collection.
wow.
You would go collect your own wage. So you would go door to door and you would have these little tickets. Oh my God, what a weird, my brain is lighting up right now with these memories. These little ticket stubs that would be indicative of the subscription. Anyway, those often I would go, not often, I shouldn't say often, but when there would be like a holiday or something like around Christmas, those people that I delivered to, they would give me a card with money in it. A tip.
Yeah.
A tip to the newspaper delivery guy for the subscription newspaper.
Right.
Weird one. Like, does a tip belong here? Okay, I guess so. So delivery and tipping, there's a history there.
Right, yeah.
Delivery and tipping, and this is delivery. So again, I'm not saying it's got to go one way or the other. Like, it's still up to the individual, but if it is an option in the app, then I want to know as the customer that the option exists.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't want to blindly have a third party using a delivery service where the expectation, like if you're a delivery driver and you get called to the Apple store, you're like, ooh, I got a laptop delivery next.
Right.
Not a Big Mac. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a little, you're like, this could
There's
be
some
beat.
security there too. Like if you're delivering a MacBook, you would hold it tighter.
It's weird that it went to a Big Mac. I went MacBook, Big Mac.
Mac.
The
Stayed in the
Mac
Mac.
was in there.